Has this team in the last year taught you as never before to rely on rookies, young guys in critical situations? Is that something that's come easier to you? Or?
Yeah, and I don't look at it as so much young guys. If we have them in the lineup, we feel they can handle situations. As the game goes on, I make my decisions as that game goes on. If it's a young guy and he's playing well, and that's why that line was out there. If he's playing well, I'm going to put him in that situation. It's unfortunate he turns one over, but that line deserved to be out there. Having said that, Haney's out tomorrow not because of that play, because I think Dalpe has had a really good camp too. So there's going to be some interchangeable parts here as we go through it, because I think Dalpe should play. And I'm not going to ice him for a whole bunch of games. So we'll see how it goes. But Milano, putting him out there 3-on-3, he deserves to be out there. So it's not always young, old, or medium age. It's who's playing well at that particular time. But being young is not going to stop me from making that decision.
Skill-wise, you would think 3-on-3 Milano makes all the sense in the world, but that is a difficult
It's a tough assignment, yeah.
You're thinking even more the other direction.
Yeah, I am not going to play safe, though. I think, and if you watch Sonny, he defends it pretty well, too. Am I ready to turn away when he screws up an assignment as far as defending a 3-on-3? Absolutely. And that could have happened. But he deserved an opportunity to be out there. I watched him in his coverage, and he covered well. He stayed his lane. There was a situation where he could have followed a guy across the ice, and a guy could have beat him wide, where Cam got beat wide to shift before that when they walk in. So he did a good job both ways, and you find out when you give him an opportunity, and Sonny deserved an opportunity to be on the ice.
Years ago, it was, for veteran coaches, it was just so hard for young guys to earn trust and to be in that position. As young as the league now, do you just have to change your thinking with that, whereas they're going in?
Yeah, and I've got to live with what I brought to them a couple of years ago, that safe as death. I have to live with that too. We have discussions as managers and coaches after a game, and are we too risky? You can't talk out of both sides of your mouth and start pulling back. I think we are a much better team when we let them go, and we're going to make mistakes. And Sonny could have had a doozy, who knows? But it doesn't happen that way, and he scores just a great goal, a goal a lot of guys couldn't score on our team, young and old. So yeah, we're going to try to just stay with it, and it's going to be my call during the game, each and every game, where I think guys are situated in all these situations. And I may make a mistake here and there, but it's a game of mistakes, and I want our players feeling that also. I want them to try and stay on their toes and try to do the best they can.
John, is there a trade-off between letting them go and losing some grind? I know how important both of those are to you.
Yeah, well, we've talked about that. We've talked about that for the past couple of weeks on are we going to just pass the puck around 5 or 6 times on the outside, and it looks great, but nothing gets to the net, no one's in the blue? Are we going to try to make a fancy offensive play where we get 3 guys flat and we have no one coming back on the back check? There has to be a give and take there. And I said after the Carolina game, I thought that was a good game for us in just what we were defining there, Dave, as far as do we have any bite? Are we just going to try to dance our way, or are we going to have some bite in our game? And I thought we did. I thought the third period, we started putting some shifts together and created quite a bit of momentum. Unfortunately, I think when we score the goal, they start taking even more chances, and it's a natural instinct for a team to kind of maybe not try to make a mistake. It's the worst thing we can do. We have to try to keep our foot in the gas and go about our business. But I think we showed ourselves that we can grind also. But that's against Carolina, a team that really isn't a grinding team. We're going to go through it's a long year that you have to be able to win puck battles, to grind on the boards, take hits to make plays. This team can do it. They know they can. We did it all last year. Just because we had some youth and some skill doesn't mean we change our identity.
Schrader looks like he's getting up to speed.
Yeah. We're probably going to assign him to get a conditioning stint in. He's got to get some, we're playing 2 games. He's not going to play the games. We're not practicing Sunday. He's going to get practicing and playing some games. So he'll get a conditioning stint, and then we'll see where we go from there.
You want to get a look at Dalby, the way that he's...
Not get a look at him. I think he's practiced really well the past couple of days. I think he's had a very good camp, and it could have been either or, him or Heine, as far as going in. So he doesn't deserve to sit out 4 games. So we'll just bounce some people around in and out, but this is not an indication of just because of one play by Haney there at the end of the game, because he played a really good game. But Dolps deserves an opportunity. He's going to get it.
John, you had talked before that one of the issues Dalby had in the past was consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Are you seeing improvement there from him?
Yeah, he's been consistent through practice, consistent through exhibition games. Now I put you in the lineup. Don't let me take you out the next game. You know, you got to play a good game, and don't let me take you out. Let me give you another game. So when we start playing the real stuff, that's when Dolps has to step up, and because Haney's waiting on the doorstep, or Schrade's coming back. Who knows what happens? So those are the decisions, and those, you know, there's 3 or 4 players. That's the lay of the land for them. One may be down in the minors, may call them up. No one's really earned that spot as far as really, I would think, 2 forward positions. So we'll see where it goes in each and every day.
A bit of a rivalry game, I guess, tomorrow. How good, well-timed is that for you? Do you feel like you need a game right now that's got some juice behind it?
Well, I think when you play New York, there's always, I mean, it's a stiff division game.
Yeah.
I know when I coach New York, a lot of people are always following them on the road. There'll be some people in our building for them. Yeah. They're a team that's going to be chomping on the bit here as far as what's gone with them the past couple of games, and they're a good team. They got great goaltending. That's going to be a hard game for us. We need to be ready to go.
Since you've been here, what's most impressed you about Bobrovsky? Just the way he approaches the game. Obviously, he makes a ton of saves.
Come to the show late here, haven't you? We've talked about him. Yeah, he's just a. I think he has an inner drive about himself that he wants to be better. No one prepares better. The goalie he's going to play against tomorrow night, Lundqvist, these are 2 guys that I've been fortunate enough to be with. To watch these 2 guys prepare, it's something special. And just the inner drive that Bob has as far as wanting to be the best he can be. And, yeah, that's what makes him a great goalie.
Torts, I watched him the other day in Carolina. The minutia that he goes through with footwork and stuff, is that him? Or is that something that Clarkie, is that all his stuff that he does?
God, it's him. He's got more stuff he does. Yeah. You don't even try to keep up with it. Yeah. But he has his own routine. I mean, you try to walk out of the building, he's doing all sorts of stretches when you're walking over him. I'm surprised he catches the bus sometimes, because he works right to the end after a game. You talk about it, after the game, he's still doing work. And I respect that, and for some of the young guys, I know it's the goalie. It's a position play, but they should really take heed and maybe learn as far as the time he puts in to be as good as he is. It just doesn't come naturally. It is a lot of hard work by him to be how great he is.
With that play with that we were talking about with Hannah, kind of, he's a young guy, obviously. That's a learning moment, right, for him in development and that kind of thing.
Yeah, he's not shooting for the empty net. He just wants to try to get rid of the puck as quickly as possible. I mean, he has a defenseman in behind the net. If he just slows down, and he's seen it, we've shown him, if he just slows down, the other side of the ice is wide open, and we just walk out of the end zone. We're fine through all that when we're protecting that lead until then, where it's really hard to recover when you throw it right up the middle. So it's a great learning experience, but he wouldn't have been put in that position on that ice at that time if that line had been playing and doing the things they were doing. And so they were good.